Hello, everyone, and welcome to the webinar, How Technological Innovation Revolutionizes the Intimate Apparel Industry. And I'd like to begin with expressing my gratitude to a fantastic team of Curve Connect for organizing and running a series of the webinars that kept us informed and connected. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Kirsten, our wonderful host, for having us today. It is with the utmost pleasure I'd like to introduce our panel of creative and super talented tech entrepreneurs. With us today, Darren Glenister, CEO and founder of Material Exchange, Yael Chudnovsky, a co-founder and 3D tech entrepreneur at Netello, and Katerina Skarabelova, designer and sampling executive at Offform 3D. My name is Asi Efras, and I'm editor at Lingerie Briefs magazine, Material Briefs column. So the technology, the products, and platforms we're going to look into today are all existing technologies. And it has been passion of mine to find sometimes outside intimate apparel industry in innovations, technology in science, in manufacturing processes, new business models, and bring them into lingerie industry for designers to implement and perhaps to move industry more towards being eco-conscious and efficient. And I've been doing this work through series of webinars, but also through my collaboration with Ellen Lewis at Lingerie Briefs magazine. And these are some of the latest publications in Material Briefs column about different manufacturing processes and new technologies and fantastic biodegradable and compostable materials. Today, however, we're going to focus on all things digital and virtual. And we will learn about Offform 3D. It's a digital fashion studio based in Czech Republic, and it's the first one of that kind there. And passionate team at Offform 3D believes that digital garment is a strong tool to make the fashion industry more sustainable. Material Exchange is a global textile library and marketplace, but also so much more. And I'm very excited to have Darren Glenister with us today to talk about this company. And Netello is it's a tech startup that created a 3D body scanning app, and it's very easy to use. And now nobody has any excuses not to take their body measurements in the privacy of their own home. And all these technologies, processes, and platforms, they help to solve many problems that intimate apparel industry and fashion industry in general is facing today, and also make it more human-centric, which is perhaps less stressful and more pleasant to work in. And I'd like to structure today's conversation the way design process takes place. A creation process, really. It starts with the concept and then goes into design, development, and then production. And for me, as for many of other designers, the process of creation usually starts with getting inspired by discovering new materials, textiles, embroideries, laces, and so on. So my first question is to you, Darren. So please tell us what prompted you to create Material Exchange and what your company is all about. Darren?
Great, thank you, Essie. So Material Exchange has been around since, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, so Material Exchange has been around since about 2017. In fact, actually, the previous company I worked on developing was focusing on Adobe Illustrator, and one of our biggest customers was L Brands and Victoria's Secret. Long story short, my company was acquired, and I joined one of the largest PLM companies, product lifecycle management companies called PTC, and looked at ways of adding value to a PLM solution. And for those of you who don't know, a PLM solution is typically what a brand uses to track the product lifecycle or developing a product. And we saw that there was not a standardized material library. There wasn't even standardized definition for different material types, whether it be lace, knit, woven, leather. And these data models didn't exist. And without the data models, suppliers couldn't actually centralize their data. So the goal for Material Exchange was to create a centralized, standardized way of sharing material information through the industry to speed up product development. So that means that someone from a sourcing side or a design side can search for a material in a digital form. They can download the material, whether it be as a 2D or a 3D scan, work with that material to develop the product, but most importantly, keep connected to all the attributes that are required to later on source the material. And it's a big goal, and it's a big goal for many industries, and underwear and lingerie is one of those industries that we work in, and it's something that we're doing piece by piece. So it's very, very crucial for the future of digital.
Absolutely. So there is this little bit of concern, and I know, like, I'm for the digital future, of course, and because it's coming, and it's actually is here. There is this concern about lingerie industry. You know that since everything, all the garments are close to the body, and it kind of brings new requirements for fabrics. Everything has to be super soft, and laces shouldn't be scratchy. So it's like for lingerie designers, we always try to feel materials. And I know you've been working towards that direction on your platform. So just maybe, tell us a little bit about the future of the platform. What are you planning to have there, maybe to augment that actual tactile experience?
Yeah, of course, when you're representing something in digital form, you're going to lose one of the elements, which is touch. But we see that having the information available and a large source of information helps the designer make better decisions. And then ultimately they can order the samples of the materials that they wish to feel or see. And this is not going to go away until we move to the point where we have virtual touch. Physical samples will still exist, but it means that you're looking in a library to find what you need, and then you can order more selectively what you want to look at and touch, which is going to greatly reduce waste. And it means that the suppliers don't have to speculatively send out lots of samples to people that maybe don't want to see those particular samples.
Absolutely. And as a designer, I know how quickly the design room fills in with boxes of swatches, especially in the beginning of this season when we all try to choose fabrics for the collection. So your platform really eliminates all that. It eliminates all the packages going back and forth with the headers of materials, so minimizes carbon footprint, but also really eliminate actual physical waste in all the design houses. So can you show us maybe a little bit of your platform, how it looks? And I know that each fabric there is assigned a multitude of characteristics, which for designer is amazing, because we all want to know the weight, the composition, and all other characteristics of the textiles.
Yeah, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you a sneak peek of what we have coming. So we're launching new platform, which we're actually going to be dividing into 3 different parts. The first part is what we call an open marketplace, and consider that to be where every supplier will list themselves, build their profile, and actually have their sustainable accreditations and their materials for viewing by individuals within brands. And then the second part is what we call a private marketplace, and that's aimed at brands to work with their own chosen suppliers, and that's more of a closed ecosystem. And then the third part is what we call a hosted marketplace, and this is where Curve, for example, could actually have their own marketplace that works with lingerie suppliers and with brands, and actually sits there in the middle as the market maker or the host to connect the two sides. So I will share my screen and show you some things that are coming, and these are being launched in the next month. The first part is the open marketplace, which is covering all kinds of materials. It's not just limited to materials for the lingerie industry, it's for footwear, apparel. And we have very, very detailed data models so that you can search for materials by attribute and by usage, and find those materials by geolocation, by price, if they're immediately available, and also by the credibility of the supplier. And this is really crucial to having good quality data in the system. And then the next part we have is that we allow the suppliers to build the story and provide all of the supporting documents that would be required by a brand. So for example, if a material has a certain accreditation or sustainability certification, that is all supporting the material, and it's available to all of the stakeholders in a digital form. And we're even moving to the point where we will validate certificates in real time based on their authenticity, which is becoming more and more important because there are a lot of, unfortunately, fake certificates flying around for suppliers in different parts of the world. And then as a supplier, you manage what we call your community. So you work with the brands that you're connected with, and then you can provide materials to individuals as well as groups within that community. So consider it as like Instagram or any social media platform where you're publishing new content and your audience is seeing that. And then of course, the credentials of the company are really important. You build the story, you have your company information, and you also have your capabilities. And this becomes a very quick way for brands to vet you as a supplier and see if you meet their requirements. And this is an example where suppliers are showing their certificates. And as I mentioned, our goal is to move into real-time validation of these certificates so that there can't be any forgery or fakes in the system. We also have sample ordering, so you can order samples across a magnitude of suppliers, and then the suppliers deal with that themselves. We are looking into actually having 24-hour sample delivery in North America, which is something that we will facilitate as a service, but that's something that we're looking to add later this year. And of course, communication is important. So we have a deep communication system. You can do video calls direct with the suppliers, and this is where you can even have the supplier hold up the sample on the camera and see it. And we also have a scanning hub, which helps with the digitalization of materials. We have a 3D scanning service. We have a 360-degree scanning service as well. And we have a video service, so you can see the behavior of the materials. And this is going to be more important as digital progresses. We allow the suppliers to build materials by season, by collection, and then publish those to their followers and their community. And if a supplier is invited into what we call a private marketplace, so for example, let's say Victoria's Secret have their own private marketplace, Victoria's Secret can publish their sustainable goals and their seasonal design goals, and the suppliers that are chosen will be delivered those and briefed, and then they can upload the information that's applicable to that brand. We also see 3D visualization as super important, and this is an example of where we have a completely configurable shoe. The same can apply for lingerie. You could have a bra, for example, where you could change the lace, you could change the colors, you can change the materials and see a 3D version of this. And we see three really important drivers to our business. The first is collaboration, which is very difficult during this time, in particular with COVID. And we see sustainability as becoming more and more important in the industry. And brands want to know the quality of the materials they're getting. And of course, they want to reduce the time to produce their products. And that's where digitalization really comes into its own. So what I'm showing you now is it's a sneak peek of what's coming, and we'll be launching the first part in end of February. and then through to May, the final piece will be launched to the market. So I'm very happy to share this with the Curve audience.
Thank you so much, Darren. Oh my God, it's I think last year has been absolutely amazing in development of material exchange. I feel like it has been like explosive growth for you, right? In this type of environment, and what a fantastic platform that is, and everything included, like sustainability and amazing visuals and just and fantastic future. I feel like it will be only growing from now on. And so your information about all materials on your platform is up to date always, right?
Yes, and where we see our big benefit is that as a supplier, you could live in, let's say, a Curve private marketplace. You could live in a Victoria's Secret marketplace. You can live in our open marketplace, but you're only updating the information in one location, and you're deciding where that information is published, and then you're getting access to a broader network, and that information is more likely to be kept up to date because you're just publishing it once and deciding where it goes.
Oh, fantastic. And so for users, it's also amazingly interesting and easy to use. And what a plethora of information they're getting on your platform. Well, thank you so much. So let's move towards, so now when we obtained all the information and chosen our fabrics, we are, as designers, going into a process of, I guess, designing, conceptualizing our styling. And I feel that Allform 3D and Katerina will tell us all about it and take us through this process all the way, I feel, into production. So the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. So maybe I'm gonna show you the presentation I've prepared because it's a lot about visuals, so that'll be easier for you to understand. Okay.
Visuals are the best.
Yeah, I'll try to make the sharing. Yeah. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Okay, so sorry, is it working now? Well, yeah. So I'm gonna tell you more about studio called Allform 3D. So basically who we are. We're the first digital fashion studio in Czech Republic. We're based in Prague. What we try to do, well, our mission is to bring more awareness to how the garment industry can benefit by going digital, because we all have, as a designers, we all have the experience from fashion studios where the sampling process can be quite long and quite wasteful in many aspects, like time-wise, money-wise. You spend loads of money on fabrics and so on. So we think that the technology we use can be beneficial in many aspects. It can be the elimination of overproduction during the sampling period, or it can be a very accurate tool that helps to communicate the final fit, the way how the garment looks to the final customer, to the final user. And yeah, well, in the end, there is no need to produce pieces that would end up in a dumpster. And yeah, we as a studio believe that going digital helps to reform the fashion industry, and it helps to bring more awareness, responsibility, and sustainability to it. So I'm gonna explain you in a nutshell what we do. If I get way too passionate about it, stop me. So the first topic I would like to talk about is the digital garment. So as I said, it helps in saving money, time, and materials that are needed for production. For such a visualization, as you can see here, We would need a sketch. We would ask the client for a photo or any visualization where we can easily understand what's required for the final visualization. And the outcome can be following. It can be a 3D picture, or it can be this turnable video, as you can see here, or it can be a video of a garment in a movement. I'm going to show you in the next upcoming slides some visuals. So this is basically how the environment looks like. The 2D environment, it's quite similar to everyone working with patterns, whereas the picture on left, it shows how the 3D environment looks like, where we kind of arrange every pattern piece the way we need, and then we simulate it. On that picture, I would like to point out that normally you would have an avatar, you would have a pose there, somebody standing there to have someone to simulate it on. But in that particular case, we didn't put the avatar. It's hidden there because we needed to see if the lining fits properly or not. So it's very useful in many aspects. You can simulate the physics there, and yeah, it's really handy tool in that case. This is kind of in a nutshell how the process can look like. Simple sketch, 3D visualization, final garment. This is actually an example of a code that we make for our own collection, where we try to explore how much we can eliminate when it comes to the sampling, how many samples we can eliminate. And we ended up with 0 samples and 1 final code from the final garment. So the simulation, the 3D simulation, was very useful in that case. So yeah. And as I said, this is like what you can get. These are the outcomes. 3D visualization, a simple picture from the front, from the back, from the side, from any angle you need. You can get the detail, you can get whatever you want, or it can be a turnable video as you've seen before, or it can be a video of a garment in a movement, which is a very handy tool when you want to see the difference between the fabrics, like if the fabric is fluid or if it's stiff, the contrast is very visible in there. So it gives you even way more visual clue of what's going on there. Yeah. The other service that we were specialized in is the pattern digitalization. So if you want to see that the design, the fit of your design is correct, as I said, like without the need for sewing it, this could be a good option for you as well, because we would ask you to give us a 2D pattern that we will quickly transfer to 3D. We would simulate it, see if there are any alterations, if any alterations needs to be done based on your requirements. And we can, yeah, with a 3D simulation, we can prepare everything in a way that once you get the file with a pattern, you can just print it out and have it the way you want, without, you know, the need of doing another sample all over again just to fix like a tiny details in a way. Also, it's possible to do the placement for the final consumption for the fabric, and yeah, so on. Also, this is something for me, like I personally find these tech packs to be quite revolutionary, and that's because based on our own experience, if the company received a tech pack, technical information with a realistically looking garment, it's easier for them to understand it as if they had a flat sketch, as if they had a technical documentation with flat sketch. We've had like few customers where we did the tech packs for their companies, and we could see that it was quite, yeah, the factories can understand it way better if they have these kind of realistic visuals. Yeah.
I can attest to that. Actually, if you go back, slide back to this slide. So what happened, what you showed us today, it's the whole way of from the concept in process of designing. Then you cover all development process and even the pattern creation. And I wanted to ask you also, from the pattern creation, do you also grade, have ability to grade them and create markers, or you connect with the different program for that?
You can do that in the program that we use. We're actually trying to explore that area a bit more because, yeah, it's a very handy program. If you think about it, if you think about the patterns, you can make everything ready for production in there, regarding grading, regarding notches, regarding all the description that you need, regarding grain lines and stuff like that. It's very advanced for that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's I can see it immediately. So, and when you create your prototype sample in 3D, does it automatically translate into patterns, or these are two different entities in your program?
It happens like it happens, everything happens at once. So basically what you draw in 2D, you can immediately see it in 3D. You just need to know how to arrange it according to the body measurements, according to the proportions and stuff like that. But you can see it immediately. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just want to find out if your 3D model of a sample can be translated automatically into pattern, or pattern has to be.
Oh, you mean the other way around, like from 3D to 2D, or is that correct?
Yes.
No, it doesn't work that way, and there's no need for it actually. Or if you mean like a 3D pattern by like a physical pattern that has been used for
Yes.
For production, that's possible. Of course, of course. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. We connected that from the sample. We connected through a program to pattern making. I just want everybody to understand like the scope of what you do, and I think that by perfecting the 3D model as a sample, are you able to then translate that correction to your 2D pattern?
Yeah, yeah. Everything can happen in quite easy steps.
So you can eliminate all this really long process of back and forth and trial and error, and very seamlessly and very efficiently translate the 3D prototype into flat pattern. Then you can grade it. You can create marker and then cut it on fabric that we just sampled and received from Darren from his platform. And now we're going into production. So the garments are produced on the factory, and these what we have now on the screen are perfect instructions for perfect tech packs that your company will send to the factory, so that they see everything is understood, marked and shown in 3D designs, how to produce everything that they do, the product. But also I feel like there is a huge opportunity for you to also take that further, because somehow all these garments have to be packaged and sent to prospective owners, and the same system can be used for, and those folding instructions and packaging instructions really take a lot of time from designers, but they can be done on your system as well. Correct?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No worries, no worries.
Further.
Okay, should I continue?
Yes, please continue.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to be. I'll try to speak quickly. So yeah, this is the
You're good. You're good.
this is the last thing we do. Like anyone who's curious about 3D fashion can join the workshop. We do them online as well, and you can basically learn to understand the basics of pattern making in 3D, or if you want to use the program for more visual purposes, you can learn many other things there, like such as changing the texture, colors, lighting, and so on, because everything is really well made there to understand it easily. So yeah, that's one of the options what we offer as well. And finally, since 3D is all about visuals, I'm bringing some more visuals of the previous work we made. And this is an easy example of a very simple active wear set that you can get. Here is another example. This is kind of, this picture is more for you to understand what you can do with such technology we use. If you want to use it for, if you want to use 3D for marketing purposes, it can be done that way as well. Like if you need to promote your garment to make it look sporty, to make it look active, you can arrange the pose of the avatar according to it. You can kind of even more like bring the sense of the fabrics to it, like as you can see, the transparency here and so on. Like you can adjust it according to what you need. It's a very broad. There are so many possibilities with that.
And sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I also see the opportunity here for creating new line sheets. And line sheets, again,
definitely
creating of them is also like a task for each brand. So these are fantastic for that. Sorry.
Absolutely, and you can have all the styles like in different colors with the different details that that are within one style. So that's definitely what you can do with it as well. This is another example. I wanted to make it more relevant with my visuals for the webinar. So this is a simple visualization of pajama where you can kind of sense the softness of the fabric based on the shiny effect that it has. So this is another example of a pajama where you can see how easily you can simulate the see-through fabric, how it acts with the underlayer and so on. It's very exact. Again, a turnable video.
Yeah. The PG, I'm just wondering what fabrics you projected here. I feel like the right one, the PG, could be like a mercerized cotton, lightweight, and chiffon, and maybe silk. On the left.
Exactly. I'm not gonna tell you exactly the consumption, because there was my colleague who made that, and I just don't want to make out something, like I just don't want to give you some false information. But based on how I know the fabrics, how they act, how they behave, how they look when you simulate them, you're correct with your impression.
Oh, thank you. So it's a realistic depiction of actual fabrics and how they
how it behaves. This is an example of how lingerie can look in 3D. And I talked about the elimination of overproduction at the previous slides a lot, but in that particular case, I know that when it comes to lingerie, the sampling is needed. So I would just like to point out that think about it in a way that you can at least eliminate certain part of the sampling procedure. You don't have to manufacture that many samples, but I'm aware of the fact that lingerie is the closest garment to our body, so the fit is important. but it can be at least for that elimination. If not for that elimination, it can be a very strong tool regarding advertising, regarding marketing, promoting, and so on. So yeah, that's why I'm showing it.
And it's very attractive to the manufacturers, because sampling process is something that they have to do, not necessarily love to do. Love to do production. So your 3D models and your simulation really makes this process as efficient as it can be possible.
Yeah, definitely. I'm also like, I don't want to make it sound that I'm saying that by using 3D, you can eliminate the sampling process, that it can be erased completely. That's not what I'm saying, because I'm a person who loves physical things. Like I love when you can touch something. So I think it's important, especially with lingerie. But what I'm trying to say is that you can rapidly eliminate that number. So that's by doing by seeing like a simple mistakes that are most of the time like a simple tiny mistakes that are done during the sampling can be fixed very quickly in that case. For instance, here, the picture on the right, it has a mistake on the bra. It's on purpose there because I wanted to show you that you can see easily that something is shrinking there, something is not working properly. So that's why I'm having there that mistake. So just to show you that it's really easily to indicate the mistake in the pattern. Yeah.
Thank you. That's exactly how it happens on the fitting. So it is realistic. Realistic depiction of what happens. Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
sorry. Okay. So finally, I wanted to show you some of the videos. There is a bit contrast between them, like regarding the fabrics. That's where I want to show you how easily you can see the difference, how they behave. Because the video on the right, it shows like a fluid, lightweight viscose, and it also behaves that way. Whereas the video on the left, that shows a coat from a cotton twill with a bit stiffer texture. And I think personally, I think that you can sense it from the video, like the features of the fabric, how it reacts, how it behaves, how it behaves on the body, and so on. So yeah.
This is fantastic. And now we came to like grand finale of every design process is the catwalk, and not all brands, get to show their designs on catwalk. But with this technology, I feel like lingerie designers who always kind of stay behind the scenes, and we only know Victoria's Secret really because of their fashion shows. This is a great way to show more lingerie really on catwalks, on virtual fashion shows.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, also like during this COVID period, the many fashion weeks has been canceled, and like fashion brands were trying to find a solution how to showcase their collections, and many times they decided to go for a virtual solution, for a digital catwalk. So it's very attractive in that sense as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Katerina. This was so exciting. The whole presentation.
Thank you.
Fantastic platform. Amazing work you do. Okay. And now let's give the stage to Yael and learn about her amazing, easy to use 3D body scanning app.
Thanks, Sachi. So I'm one of the founders of Netello, and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you a quick presentation. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Full screen now.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Netelo is a digital size and fit platform, which is based on a proprietary and patented 3D body scanning technology, which enables to capture full and accurate body metrics of clients from anywhere just using a smartphone. I think that this is hiding on your, sorry, just doing this. Okay, so we offer remote possibility for remote measurement fitting solution. We enable contactless and remote size and fit, enabling end users to get recommendation for perfect size and fit without having to measure with a tape, without having to physically try a clothes, without having to meet physically in stores, for example. So as mentioned before, this type of technology is very useful in current times of social distance, but in general also it's fully digital. We enable easy and fast 3D body scanning. The body scan can be done by client at home or in stores. We offer variety of different workflow, and the output of the body scan is to offer automatic size and fit advice, and potentially in the future 3D virtual try directly on users' accurate 3D avatar. And the advantage of such digital solution is the potential of deployment. It enables to reach end users anywhere. It can be connected. Our platform offers the tools to connect with online stores, with API and widget, and it's also compatible with omni-channel business model with possibility to deploy it in stores. So our platform enables to deploy body scanning possibilities at home to the users directly at home, in stores, or directly from an online store. It ensures anonymity of the end user, which is a crucial question when you have to deal with images. And the input to our enterprise platform is product data and size charts that our partner company provide to us. And the output is full and accurate 3D body metrics of the customers and automatic size advice for the end users, with all the tools to deploy it directly to the company CRM or website. I will show you a demo for you to have a more concrete idea of how it works. Okay, so here I'm going to show you the scanning process of end user at home. So it's very easy. You just need your smartphone. You position your smartphone, and user takes, in this case, front and side pose in front of the device camera. We have tools to help user position correctly. We have a voice. I shut down the voice, but we have a voice guiding the user during the scanning process. So I'm showing you here, we have different scanning options. I'm showing you here the one which sounded to me the most relevant for lingerie industry, because it takes into account the front and the side silhouette. So this is what user has to do at home. And on the side of the company and the professional user, the result is to get full 3D avatar of the person with unlimited number of body measurements, possibility to view directly on the 3D avatar all the body measurements. I'm trying to show here some measurements which are specific to the bra industry, for example, because bra fitting is a big issue. So yeah, we make a full 3D reconstruction of the body with possibility to measure accurately any body measurements on the 3D avatar: height, circumferences, distances between points. And once we get it, the output from this data is automatic size and fit. I'm sorry, I have to move this bar. Is automatic size and fit recommendation, which can be directly integrated to the company website. I showed here, I struggled because measuring oneself with a tape is not so easy, but the power of digital remote measurement is the accuracy and the consistency that it offers. So I struggled myself with a tape to try to take some measure, but I'm showing you here how accurate the results are. You can see here that here is what I obtained with Netello body scanning. It's very close to what I have with a tape measurement. I don't know if you see well enough, but yeah, you can see the figures on the tape. And in order to cover, so we address the full apparel industry, and there are different types of needs depending if you're a professional clothing uniform company or high-end made-to-measure wedding dress company. So in order to cover all the different needs, we have different scanning options. In the previous slide, I showed you a demo of front and side scan with tight-fitting clothes, but we also have possibility to create body scan with casual clothes. So it's easy and fast. User just have to take one pose in front of the camera and to provide height and weight and very quick body shape information. And only from this, we're able to generate precise 3D avatar. The precision will not be as high as if I do front and side scan with tight-fitting clothes, but it does provide very good level of accuracy, and this option can be used for companies doing uniforms or ready-to-wear garments which require a less fit, and also possibility to of having the body scan of the 3D avatar of the user opens opportunity for virtual try and fit, and it relates to what Revolutionizes is doing, possibility to use digital clothes and show them at the very early stage of the product life cycle. So this, I think, is game changing for the apparel industry, to be able to test and try digital products directly on 3D avatars of the consumers, even without production is started. And obviously for the consumer, it offers much better shopping experience and more tools to make better choices when you shop. Yeah, so the ideas of the potential of such solution is to offer a revolutionary shopping experience for consumers with easy solution to find the perfect fit, and for the companies also possibility to sell better, to lower online returns, and to increase conversion rate. It unlocks possibility for made to measure with a possibility to offer customized product to a large scale of users without having to meet physically, and process optimization for the company to get access to accurate body metrics of the client is not only a tool to lower returns online, but also it's great data to improve the sizing of the products, and to use its data to use at the very early stage of the product life cycle.
Absolutely. So I feel like there are even more potential for this type of systems. Of course, I love to dream a lot, and that's what designers do. And so I feel like all these three companies that were introduced today, they are parts of this whole new vision of how design, development, and production processes can exist in the future. And I feel like digitalization and virtual reality are instrumental to bring industry from producing just too much for hypothetical customer and overestimating and making huge mistakes in calculation of, what customer will like, how it will fit, and how much they need, to perhaps a very customized production of clothes using your body scanning app, using specific measurements of the customers, and utilizing platform that Katerina showed, streamlining all the process, and perhaps working with a manufacturer. And I wrote about one of those manufacturers that is existed in US today, that produce one garment at a time, and the whole entire process is automated. And so all your systems can be really connected to that manufacturing process. It's On Point Manufacturing, located in Alabama, fantastic company. And really, I think the most optimal and most environmentally friendly, consumer friendly process of creating clothes, maybe process of the future, is that custom clothing and creating clothes for like each particular customer. It's, it's it's okay to dream though. However, I feel like your program, your app, Yael, is also very instrumental in creating better sizing charts, because as we know, as we now start to look at the industry in a different way, we started to realize that not all charts are working. For instance, category of intimate apparel like legwear has a really kind of chart that doesn't work and doesn't allow for customization of legwear because of the way legwear is produced. So that your app would really streamline this type of make this chart better. And also fitting of bra, it's absolutely instrumental in terms of creating a perfectly fitted bra, but also selling bras, because again, everything have gone virtual. Nobody wants to kind of go to the store directly. So obtaining the perfect measurements at the houses for customers and sending them to the boutique shops is fantastic. It's a fantastic tool that anybody can use now. So yeah, so that's, and everybody kind of in the industry feel there is this notion that almost all women wear a wrong size bra. So I feel like taking measurements with your app, which is actually available. Is it available in App Store?
Yeah, so we have a free app for end users, which is available both in App Store and Google Play. And we have an app for professional, which is available on iOS. So anyone can actually download the free app and use it. And the enterprise platform enables to connect a free app user with a website and enterprise account.
Fantastic. Oh my God. So all these technologies are here today. And I really urge designers to start looking into different ways of designing, developing, and producing their garments. I wanted to ask you one question. Sometimes I feel that innovation doesn't transfer into the design world quickly enough. I mean, there are many amazing technologies exist, but for some reason they don't get implemented, in my opinion, quickly enough. What do you feel, in your opinion, that can, be? Why?
Is it a question for me?
For you as well?
For everybody.
It's an interesting question.
Okay, so maybe I start giving you my my opinion. Yeah, it's true that when you bring innovative technology and process, there is some resistance to adoption. Yeah, I think any disruption of existing workflow can be can trigger some resistance, and the apparel industry specifically is not very tech savvy, I would say. At least it's recently going to more and more digital innovation, but it's still based in terms of manufacturing and designing. It's still based on old business models. So I think it just takes time to have those tools being largely adopted. But you always have early adopters and very innovative companies that
the curve. Absolutely, absolutely. So, and Katerina, what do you think about this?
Just unmute. Well, I personally think that many people might be afraid to get lazier, because like what comes with technologies is that they replace something, they replace you know, many aspects that comes together with craft as it is. And particularly fashion industry, it's a beautiful craft, and I understand why people tend to be very skeptical about technologies in it. But I think if we handle it properly, if we kind of see the limits where we can go with technologies and where we can keep it the way it is, it can be a really beautiful combination, because the technologies are the advance, but nobody's saying it's going to replace the craft completely. But it can help improving. I would say it helps improving the mistakes we made throughout the years when the fashion industry was like forming the way it is right now. So, yeah.
Absolutely. But it also involves a tech specialist like you or Yael or Darren to translate. It's kind of to bridge the tech part of the process with creative part of the process. So yeah, it's just like, I guess, a different way to structure the design process. And Darren, what do you think about how your technology is getting adopted into the by lingerie industry and industry in general?
We started out in the footwear industry and then moved to apparel. So the lingerie industry is quite new to us, but based on the fact that we've now changed our product to market and we've created a platform that can be managed and run by others, we see that the adoption in every industry will go much quicker. So most recently, our biggest success has been with the denim industry, with a company called Kingpins. And we've worked with them. They manage the denim side, they manage the brands, they manage the suppliers, but they use our technology. And our technology is becoming the standard for managing materials in the industry. And we see that being applicable to the lingerie industry too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you. And actually, your technology allows to the whole kind of fabric sampling project get a little less hectic and less seasonal, because fabrics are available at your platform. Is it year-round or they are available in certain times?
They're available year-round, but we encourage the suppliers to work on a seasonal basis to keep their materials up to date. And that's where the private marketplace that's run by a brand, it's down to them deciding how many seasons a year they wish to run, and then requesting the suppliers upload the newest materials for specific dates. But in effect, the library runs 24/7 and it keeps on growing as the materials are added. We have about 60,000 materials in the platform so far, but we see that growing very, very quickly.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you so much. I wish to I can't thank you enough for presenting today and for being on this panel, everyone. And I wish you best of luck and lots of success with all your future endeavors. All companies are absolutely awesome, and I really enjoyed seeing the presentations and learning about your fantastic capabilities. And Kirsten, thank you so much for being a fantastic host, and thank you, our wonderful viewers, and hope to see you next time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Asia. Thank you, all the other hosts as well. Great to meet you all, and good luck with your ventures.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you so
good
much.
luck.